Welcome back, fellow entrepreneurs, Amazon sellers, work from home, service professionals. Whether you're contractors, subcontractors, with or without employees, are you guys raising money? Are you having a hard time? Are you being desperate how to find this money? But you really have a brilliant idea and you want to take this to the next level. It's just that you're having a hard time for people to believe in you. Maybe you have to consider watching elevator pitch on other entrepreneur. It's a free show because it makes money. It takes money to make money. The other way of raising money, aside from the banks, aside from your family and friends, would be uh, finding investors, whether angel investor, silent investor, and you can take that in consideration because one thing that you need that they can help you with is not just the money but also the advisory and also other strategic partnerships that they can connect you with. And that's why we're bringing this show to you. We're going to give you feedback on anything on the perspective of mine as a CEO, and also we have our consultant, our accountant. But who am I, by the way, again, for those of first viewer out there? I'm Christopher, an entrepreneur and founder of virtual outsource accounting or tax and bookkeeping here in the US. And I developed this, and now this is a seven-figure revenue. My company, Wyco Tax. That's why you just click the link below if you need the tax and bookkeeping consultation. But now I will be co-hosted no other than as business owners and then entrepreneurs. We dream big. We dream big or bigger, but we have to be grounded by numbers. So that's why we have our consultant and accountant, certified accounting and finance professional with 4 years of experience with KPMG in taxation and audit. But let me stop you right there. Okay, KPMG is a top five. Top five. Google it. Top accounting firms in the world. For you to get there, you need to be the top of your game. You need to be the best of the best. That's why you get the best of the both worlds. You have an accountant there to check the numbers and then tell us what are the terms that we need to understand in accounting and financials. And I'm a business owner, entrepreneur. We can find balance out of all these ideas that you have in mind. He also worked as a vet in KPMG for 6 months in Dubai. Let us all welcome my co-host for tonight or for today, no other than Obaid Ali. Hey, Obaid.
Hello, Chris. How
Are
are
you
you?
ready?
Yeah,
Are you
let's do it.
ready? All right, guys, are you ready? So if you have, I'm sure you need to be ready. You have to stay ready. That's what entrepreneur level 10 spirit. Okay. So if you have comment below, let me know and we will answer and get back to you as much as we can. So let's start this recording. Okay.
Now let's hear the next pitch.
I think our solution is really new in the industry. We want everybody to have their own apps. And website building has been very easy, and app building should be the same. We're super excited to be here. I mean, this is a dream come true. Like, we've been watching a lot back home in Mongolia, and to be here, this is like unbelievable. Yeah.
Wow.
60 seconds begins now. Going up.
Hi, my name is Ija. I'm the CEO of Tomyo EdTech. So me and my co-founders are from Mongolia, and we previously worked at IBM, Amazon, coming from very technical backgrounds. 2 years ago, we packed our bags and went back to Mongolia to create this language learning app. And it's been hugely successful. Within 5 months, we had 180,000 users and 800 plus mentors and tutors on the app, and we're making 15K in MMR. And ever since then, we've been white labeling our core technology with the clients and been improving our app.
All right. One thing that she mentioned is MMR. Obaid, what is MMR?
MMR is basically a month-over-month revenue growth.
Yeah. So,
So,
she mentioned
yeah,
15,000.
yeah. So
Okay. Mhm.
this is
Guys,
what she has in monthly revenue, and it's growing over month.
month to month.
Yeah.
So month to month revenue.
hmm
Okay, if you guys pick that up, can you please comment below and put MMR, month to month revenue? This is my first time hearing that. I just know the PNL, but we learn something every day. All right. Thank you, Abid.
Building experiences for them. And now, today, we fully automated the app deployment process. So creators and content creators can have a branded app simply by drag and drop, upload their content, and submit to app stores and play stores. We even created an elevator pitch company app.
5,
Are you guys ready to go ahead and
3,
launch this?
2, 1. Time's up.
What do you think about this?
I think the idea is good. I mean, it's like plug and play, developing your own website. Uh, it's somewhat like Wix.com, like how you do it, like plug and play, and your website is ready. It's kind of a it's it's kind of that app. I mean, how you can make a video or make a website out of it and do it very quickly, like in just like rather than in weeks, it could be actually contracted into like days or something. I mean, but she's missing a few things from the pitch that we need to check. Like she's missing because it's like an earlier stage in the business, and this might be just a prototype probably, or maybe just a beta version for that.
Yeah, she has a beta version.
Yeah.
The well, she's good on introducing about how she all started. The only thing that's kind of unclear for me is more like I think it should be more simplified in terms of how her product helped. I do think that there's no identified market. I know she just said about the consumer, then how much are they making. I think also the asking amount. I think if I'm gonna give her 1 to 10, it might be somewhere around 4 or 5. But I think because she came from Mongolia, they will let her in for that purpose alone. what, what do you think? Is she gonna be in or out?
I believe she's not going to make to the boardroom.
Oh, she's not. I feel like she's gonna get in. So let's see.
Again, an entrepreneur that didn't have an ask. What do you guys think about?
I mean, you got to ask for what you want. And they're missing the mark with that in their pitch. I mean, you're selling yourself, but how are we supposed to help you?
I mean, I guess they assume it goes without saying or something.
We just need money.
A lot of money.
A lot
but
of
we're not
money.
sure how much.
These are elevator stories,
That's
not
right.
really elevator
Right.
pitches.
That's right, that's right. I think what I'm thrown off about is that she said something about 15K in monthly revenue. Like, gosh, I wonder if this is gonna be the big $1 million ask.
Well, what that would mean is that 180,000 users, if 15K MRR equals $180,000 annually, that would be $1 a year.
Yeah.
There was also some lack of clarity about what she's really proposing. Because I think those numbers were for the language app, not for the app building app. Or I'm confused.
But that should tell the whole story. But you guys have to vote, and then we'll make a decision if we want to bring her up or not.
Yeah, that's the reason why. That's what I've noticed. Right, we cannot understand. Is she like a language app? What is the real purpose? Just focus on one,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
it should be
she
very
needs to be
layman's term. Like,
Yeah, she needs to be specific.
yeah, sometimes guys, if you want to pitch something, if you have a product, you could use layman's terms. So, for example, it's like in the grocery store, you want to pick apple, orange, but you know what? That you can pick them everything in one basket, and that's where the app kicks in. So you could have that kind of figurative or metaphor, or no, like figurative speech where people could visualize what in very basic basic explanation, so they can digest it easily.
It looks like that's 3 no's. Unfortunately, we got to send her down.
Going down.
Wow.
Did you come in all the way from Mongolia?
Oh, we did. It's like almost 2 days flight from here.
Oh, man. So you came in for 2 days for 60 seconds.
It was an incredible experience. It was worth it.
The main reason the investors didn't open the doors is they were just sort of confused on really what you were doing. It felt like it was all over the place.
Yeah, I think I spent most of the time just explaining the backstory rather than talking about the product, which is no-code drag-and-drop app builder solution for everybody. So today we believe website building is easy and app building should be the same. So that's what Tomyo is.
Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch is presented by Amazon.
Yeah, that's why that's what are your takeaways with this one?
I mean, you need to be specific about what you are actually selling to the investors. So yeah, they got confused like what she's asking for and for what app she's asking for. Is it like the app builder app or for the language app? Uh, they were confused about it, so they
Precisely.
didn't open the door. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's why you know what she said that's very effective, the drag and drop. That's I think that's one thing that she missed on the thing. But you know, when you are presenting, who among you guys here presented to even your family member, like you've been part of the reunion or wedding, when you will be the one giving your speech, you're kind of be totally mental block.
true.
So that's why it's just continuous effort, it's continuous training until you get used to it, conquering your fears. And I admire her from, you know, the whole team going to from Mongolia to the US. And that is what faith, and that is what a vision believer, you are not tied up into some distance, you're not tied up with any other distractions. If you really want it, something, you have to go and get it. Then but I admire her for that fighting spirit. So that's why more lessons learned, guys. Try to present before you even go to your investor or to the banker lender. Make sure that you present your pitch to your cousins, your nephews, nieces, people that are have no idea about what you're doing, and then ask their feedback. And I think that in that case, they will simplify it for you and then explain it to them. That will actually give you a higher chance to really get in the door of any investor. All right, so we're gonna continue since this is only less than 10 minutes. This is a good opportunity to watch the other pitch. Are you ready? Obaid.
Yep.
Are you
Let's
guys
do it.
ready? Drink a lot of water. I'm running out of water. Okay, go.
Business for every organization at every stage of growth. Now, let's hear the next pitch.
Storylines like on Amazon for underrepresented founders and mission-driven brands. The goal is for consumers who really want to vote with the wallets to easily discover and purchase from these brands. It's my personal passion to make this happen for other founders and other consumers who look like me.
Your 60 seconds begins now. Going up.
If you want your purchasing power to support your social values, be a sustainable BIPOC women-owned, where would you go? 70% of millennials or Gen Zs buy from brands aligned with their values, but they face a broken discovery process. Meanwhile, mission-driven brands from underrepresented founders struggle to get noticed. My company, Storyline, purchased these two needs and aggressively tap into this $350 billion market. We're an online e-commerce marketplace for consumers to vote with their wallets through a unique community-driven shopping experience, AI-powered personalization, and advanced consumer analytics for accelerated revenue. In the last 90 days, we signed up 50 new brand partners and doubled our site traffic month over month organically. With a new investment, we're on track to generate over $250,000 over the next 12 months. I'm a first-generation immigrant, daughter of a seamstress, and I went on to study at Harvard. Today, I'm asking for $100K on a $5 million valuation.
All right. What do you think are the good qualities that she presented?
I mean, she had everything in the pitch, but I'm a bit confused about uh, what's the business model is all about. She, although she
Yeah.
made an ask and she actually provided the figures regarding her valuation, but I'm a bit confused about what's the business model is. What do you think?
Yeah, well, what I like about the slogan, guys, the slogan, marketing is everything. A slogan, what I remember, if I'm going to be the investor, I would let her in because it says there shop your value both with your wallet. That is like a one-liner, 3 seconds. I get it. There's a value. There's a wallet. I'm just want to know if it's a wallet, it's a mobile app. But if you would like to present to investor to anybody, a slogan really help them to remember. Like Nike, just do it. What else? It's something that you made them feel that you have this advocacy or campaign, getting things done. Louis. So those are the slogan is another part of branding and image of your product, and that's a good thing. Now there's just I don't know I don't know the given market, but she said another thing that I like about is using the brand name like Amazon, and then she developed she said about a 500 billion or $1 billion industry. It's also important you can present that kind of adjective to your industry. Let's say our accounting is a 100 I think it's a 100 million or 100 billion industry market. You could also reuse those kind of description, so that would be more like attention grabber for them to pay attention to pay focus on what you were selling. However, it's just not clear to me about the specific product that she's offering, but I think they will let her in. Is she going to be in or out? What do you
I'm
think?
50-50 about
I
it.
think she's going to be in. Okay,
Let's
let's
see.
see.
Yeah.
Time's up.
Did she ever introduce herself? Does anybody know her name?
I have no idea who she is.
I'm quite frankly not even sure what the business is.
Yeah.
I don't know what she is, but the business is a mission-driven marketplace for consumer products.
I missed
Maybe
that
I should
piece of
pitch
it.
it. My name is Kim. I have an amazing business opportunity.
Well, at least I know how much money
Do
she
not
wants and
forget
what the
your name.
valuation is.
Exactly.
Okay, it's time to vote. Well, it looks like Kim and Nicole want to hear more. Let's open the doors.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to the boardroom.
Hello.
Hi, judges.
We have one question before we get going. What is your name? You never introduced yourself.
Manette, you.
Welcome, Annette. You.
Thank you so much.
So you had Nicole and Kim vote to bring you in,
Nice.
and I'm going to turn it over to them.
Okay, so I am so excited about your business. Obviously, as a person of color and a first-generation immigrant, I applaud you. But my big question is that there are so many companies that have tried to build e-commerce mission-based businesses and they fail. Biggest issue being inventory and fulfillment. What is your solve for that to make Storyline different?
So far we use a dropship model rather than a wholesale or retail model. So with dropship, we take a percentage of the commission. So that's something I did not include in the 60-second pitch. I was hoping to elaborate a bit on that. But in terms of
That's a good another source of revenue is commission based. The drop ship that she was telling, she's
Yeah.
taking for guys, if you would like, if you're not really certain about your pricing, commission based pricing could also be work for you. You take like 10 to 20% of the sales. That if you're like a broker of for example, you're connecting the buyers and consumer the buyers and suppliers, commission based, what she said is something that you could utilize as your pricing model or revenue model, right?
Definitely. Yes. That could be a
of
pricing
like
model. But
inventory.
Yes.
So that's why we don't handle the inventory on our end.
Well, aren't you worried about people being able to maintain inventory because their issues become your issues?
I think at some point that we'll need to purchase some inventory, like take on a bit of the inventory risk. But so far, that's why we have been really ramping up, taking on more brand partners, is that they can rise up and then meet those demands.
I'm sort of with Nicole on this in that this is not a new idea. You know, and there's that old expression from poker that if you don't know who the sucker is, it's you. And I'm wondering what evidence you have that actually your implementation of a mission-driven marketplace is going to be successful.
You know, you're right. There's a lot of marketplaces, and to be honest, today you can open up a Shopify account. You can drop ship some products from Alibaba. I'm Chinese, so I can say that, right? Just kidding. I mean, it's easy to do that nowadays. But what is not easy to do is to build a community around it and build loyalty. I mean, that's ultimately where the business is that we take in new customers and then we turn them into loyal customers who will come back and again.
You're missing a step. Your strategy can't be, we're going to get customers and make them into loyal customers. That's the strategy for every single business in the world.
Sure.
How or why or what is different about this?
The way we reach our target consumers, which are in this case usually women between age of 20 to 40, is through these loyalty programs and also the fact that we have a pretty big variety of items available for these target demographics is for them to come back and again.
Minette, can we get into the numbers a little bit? What are you trying to do with this 100,000?
Yeah, there's an important key factor there is building the community. And it's very popular. People that right now living in the virtual economy, you could create any Facebook group. And one thing I think to start is having the Facebook group to build that community because you could actually get hold of the conversation. You could get feedback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like women awareness, being tied up with different nonprofit organization about for women proactive, whether it's breast aware, anti-cancer, breast aware, or Mother's Day, those kind of other program, women empowerment. We also have there's Women of Chamber of Commerce. There are so many organizations that you want to be part of. So and building that community, and then you can get more feedback to really have a specific answer to the needs of this clients or women that they're raising. That's why a lot of Facebook group there have so many members. Okay, there.
And how's it really going to take you to the next level?
So the $100,000 is actually part of a larger angel round. So I'm raising a total of $500,000 for this case, and I've already signed up some investors from Amazon, P&G, and HubSpot. One other thing that makes us special is some of our technology in indexing the press, not just by the color of my shirt or the type of.
Do you know what in the indexing the product?
It's basically assigning a unique code to a particular product.
Is it like the barcode?
Yeah, no, it's not a barcode.
Oh, okay.
It's categorizing according to a particular product and particular consumer according to the particular consumer behavior.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's the reason why there are like membership that is a BIP and regular membership, and there's a black belt membership because they're trying. That's what you call indexing, customizing it based on the behavior. Thank you for that. Have you heard about that? If you have not heard, maybe it applies to your product, maybe it applies to your services. There's a small, medium, large. There's a classic, advanced. You heard about this segmentation, so something you can ponder, something you can apply to your own company or business.
Clothes you're wearing, but also by social values. Kind of like in the Netflix model, we index, we label them, and then later on we learn how that works in terms of recommendation engine. So that's why we're bringing engineers on board as part of that round. And in addition, of course, it's all about reaching the target audience. Right now, we've only been growing organically through word of mouth.
But it's a tech platform play. So do you have a partner that's already, do you have a key engineer hire?
We rely on consultants and part-time employees at this point, but we do have someone who is the head of machine learning at Amazon, who is currently one of my.
Hey, one thing that I've learned, guys, for you, if you're developing in a mobile app space, the SaaS, software as a service, right, Obaid?
Yes.
SaaS is a software as a service. There are other organizations. Get in touch with Economic Development Corporation in your city, the EDC. For example, you live in New York. There should be a New York Economic Development Corporation. They will tie you up with technology startup organization where they actually do the incubator program. So what does the incubator program does? For example, in this case, she has the idea, but she doesn't have the proper resources like connections, developers, mentorship. The incubator program of the EDC, of the Economic Development Corporation, can help them for free, but they will ask you about your business plan, about the app, how is it different from the other app out there. Then here in Texas, the other universities like University of Texas, they also have this kind of department that they help you to incubate that program, like a 6-month market research, mentorship, doing a business plan. Guys, those are the things that you want to take advantage of because they are free with EDC, Economic Development Corporation, or the university. If you don't know how, or you don't know how to get it, just email, get in touch with the local office under the business development. All right. And then also in Silicon Valley, I've been to Silicon Valley. They also have this, but you need to be, I think, local. You need to live there, or you need to have your office there.
Advisors.
And I love hearing how wedded you are to it. Obviously, this has a personal connection to you, but I mean, just like him, it's the software that I think sounds the most interesting. Is that something that you'd be willing to break out and building that out in a proprietary way? Can I sell all that later? Because there's a lot of companies that'd be interested.
That's a really good question. I mean, I feel that would be an open discussion.
Okay.
So the software piece is a pretty important piece because I was a founding partner manager for a company called Klaviyo. It's an automated email company for a lot of these direct-to-consumer brands. So, B2B play is in my wheelhouse in terms of software. And that's also our goal, is to collect data that these brands would not be able to get elsewhere and utilize those analytics for them to understand their target markets better.
Well, we're at the point where it's either keep talking or make an offer.
What do you think? Do you think they're gonna give her?
I'm still skeptical about if they're going to make. I think they would be passing right now.
I don't think. I think they're gonna decline it. I think, right?
Let's find out.
Let's see.
I mean, I love your passion and I love the purpose for the business. I think for me, it's just too early, and without a partner that's an engineer or a CTO, it's very hard to make an investment because I love the tech angle and I think it's got a large opportunity. I'm out.
I obviously really relate to everything that you've done here. I built it up myself. I bootstrapped first generation. I respect and admire it, but I also, just like him, it's a little bit too early for me. I'm out.
So unlike Nicole and Kim, you're not too early for me. In fact, I love early stage businesses, but I would much rather have seen you be very narrowly focused on one particular small piece of what you're doing and demonstrate you've been able to get that to work. So I'm drawn in, but not enough to say yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You know, at the risk of putting my foot in my mouth, I'm actually a little cynical about mission-driven businesses where that's the sole differentiator.
Sure.
That can be one thing that gets added on, but you've got to have the goods, and I'm not sure she
It's
did.
impossible.
I think you said one of the key things before, Mark, is that you asked her how. She told you what she was planning on doing, but there was no real substance behind any of the how.
Without a tech team, I think it's going to be a little bit challenging. So even though we're using the funds to hire it, that's not going to get you that
Wasn't
far.
that an eye-opener?
Yeah.
Usually
I was like,
you
you're doing
stand
it
up.
yourself? Wow.
What were you most excited about when you came on the show today?
Honestly, excited about stepping outside of my comfort zone. I think it's a key ingredient in an entrepreneur to really step up to the challenge. So I haven't done this filming before. So for me, it's exciting just to be in a studio and to be able to share my message with a larger audience. To me, that's really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there you go. Let's wrap this up. What do you think about this? The takeaways that we could give to our audience out there.
The key takeaway from this pitch was, as Mark said, that you need to be very specific about a particular thing into the business. Although it's an early stage, but you need to have a working model and you need to work out. Like if that think is gonna work out in future, and build the business around it.
Yes, it reminds me of, guys, there's so many temptations out there. You have a product and then there a lot of people knock on your doors that will sell you this, sell you that, added it at complimentary, and then you're losing sight of what your really brand. If you have not watched, it reminds me of watching The Founder in McDonald's on Netflix, The Founder. If you just a snapshot of this, the background of McDonald's before they have so many items. Like when they started the franchising, they do a lot of franchises. They do offer hot dog. They do offer other kind of food, beverages that is not part of their brand. They started as a burger chain, right? So now the founder Ray Kroc, he actually less is more. He wants it also, he wants it to be one specific product, a specific market which serves the family. He wants it to provide like a family friendly service. So that's why even the young professionals, people that on the very early stage, there are people that doing just high school student, college, that they don't have even not doing anything, they're just doing vandalism. That's why he removed all of those, and then he focused to provide a family friendly environment. That's why, because of that model, he become focused on what he's serving, what the product he has, and who he wants this product to be served. Because when someone said to you, stay away from somebody like, oh, who's your market, and if they're going to tell that everybody's their market, stay away from that business, right? That's not everybody will be your market. No matter what type of business or industry you have, you need to identify your market. That's what Mark was saying. Be laser focused on one, and then it will generate more and more opportunity from there. Okay, guys, but one thing that the numbers will never lie. All the investors will look on your past 3 years financial history, your transactions. That's the reason why tax and bookkeeping bundle is more important than any other. Do not lose the sight or never lose track on your numbers. You need to know what you're making and how much are you taking home, enable for you to use this as a platform to offer with the investors, to lenders, bankers. That's why we are offering and bundling this. Update your tax and then books with us by clicking the link below, and then one of our account manager or account specialists will provide you an estimate. All right, again, if you like this content, please click share and subscribe. I'm Christopher, founder, immigrant entrepreneur of Wyco Tax, an all-year-round, all-in-one outsourced virtual tax and bookkeeping service solution here in the US. And I'm co-hosted by no other than my consultant, a certified accounting and finance professional in KPMG, no other than Obaid Ali. Thank you, Obaid.
Thank you, Chris, for having me. That
Thank
was
you,
a really
everyone.
nice. Thank you, everyone.
Stay safe.